A friend from my hometown, a rural village in Eastern Europe, once told me an interesting story. He said that when he was a child and his grandfather was still alive, the grandfather told him several times that there was something he needed to tell him once he got older. However, the grandfather passed away before he could reveal what it was. A few years later, during a conversation with his grandmother, my friend mentioned that his grandfather had wanted to tell him something, and that he regretted never finding out what it was. The grandmother then said that the grandfather had claimed all his life that something terrifying had happened to him when he was young. Judging by my friend's age, I'd estimate that the event took place sometime in the 1950s or 1960s. And the story goes like this. At that time, people didn't yet have tractors, and agricultural work was still done using horses. Sometimes they even worked at night, because the moonlight made everything visible, and working at night helped them avoid the heat of summer days. So, one night, in the dead of night, after working in the fields, the grandfather was returning home. At a crossroads between dirt paths, the horses suddenly stopped. At the intersection stood some kind of creature, maybe a demon or something else which had horns and goat legs. The creature spoke to the grandfather in local language and said it would give him a riddle, and if he couldn't solve it, it would kill him. Naturally, the grandfather was terrified and urged the horses to run back toward the field. The creature grabbed onto the back of the wagon and tried to stop it, but the grandfather managed to get away, reach the field, and eventually return to the village. The creature didn't want to step onto the field and remained on the road. According to my friend's story, I know roughly where this alleged event might have taken place, and today there is a Christian cross with Jesus at that very crossroads. Perhaps it's not there by coincidence. Personally, I'm a big skeptic when it comes to anything paranormal, and I've never experienced anything unexplainable myself. I've heard and read about various paranormal encounters, but I've never come across a story quite like this one.